What's going on there, gentlemen? It's your boy Treetop Piper back at you. Man, super disappointing auction went down today for, as you know, one of my favorite kaywoodies, the RockyBriar, in the best shape I've ever seen a RockyBriar in. Period. I mean, I've never seen one on eBay in that shape. And this guy bullied me once before, bullied me right out of the game. So this time, I seen he was doing the same thing. I said, you know something? I'm going to come to the A game, and I'm going to snake this out from under this guy. So he raises it over 300 bucks, and it stays there at the same bid all the way till today, midday today. Then another bid gets added, but no price change. He backed up his bid. Okay, so I full well I planned on going as far as 700 for this thing. I mean, like I said, it could be very well be a once in a lifetime find. I mean, I don't know. I don't know how many are out there, or I've just never seen one in that good a shape, or even, I mean, it was brand new. It was brand new. It looked like you walked out of the store with it. There was no stem chatter. Didn't even look like it had ever been smoked. And I straight up put a $750 or $765 bid on this. And this guy, his top bid was over that. I made that guy pay $775 for that pipe. You could buy two Dunhills for that price. I mean, I'm kind of crazy that I would go there, but it's just, I felt bullied last time. And he did it to, it was the one that was the sister pipe to my panel, RockyBriar. It was a Thorn. He lets me get some of them, but none that are in perfect shape. The ones that I have that are in perfect shape now are because I bought them before years ago. Which makes that one I damaged hurt all the more, the one I broke. But anyway, picked up a new pipe today. I just ordered a 4-digit pipe from Super Grain, which is a most excellent pipe. But I just ordered a KBB RockyBriar. Now, I don't know if it's weird. You don't see them smooth. I actually won one of these yesterday as well, but it's rusticated like a Thorn. But and I missed out on one a while ago that was a panel, and it was gorgeous, and I wish I hadn't missed it. But by the way, smoking on my kaywoodie suntan. Whoever commented on this saying I'm very lucky, you know, you are right, because they started making these in 1928. And this very well, I'm thinking this pipe was made in 1930. So we're legitimately coming up on a century that this pipe has been out there. Anyway, it's got a rather interesting stinger on it. And the other one I ordered, or that I won today, doesn't have a plastic tenon. It has a steel tenon with no stinger. So I don't know if they decided to go without the stinger and went with like a condenser tenon. I don't know. but it says 1833 on it. KBB, RockyBriar, Reg US Pat number 298978. And it used to have the RockyBriar sign right here on the side of the stem. It's basically, it looks like a couple of little circles. It's not that little piece of whatever that you can see in there. I can barely, I mean, honestly, I can barely see it. Yeah, I don't think so. I don't know. Anyway, the next one I get, I'll show you guys. But I am looking forward to smoking it. It was obviously somebody's go-to. It's been smoked out of a lot, I wouldn't say, and it's very lightweight. Very lightweight, actually. So I'm thinking this is probably going to be a most excellent smoker. I don't know if the dings are a part of the briar, or it says imported briar on the bottom too, and it's also got the flat bottom. It's like all the old KBBs. Yeah, I don't know if the dings in it haven't, I don't know what their deal is, but it's weird that they didn't rusticate this, because I mean, the grain on the front just looks like that's the exact grain that you would rusticate. You know what I mean? Like, and it would have come out gorgeous, I would say. But then on the other side, you've got like a super tight bird's eye. But I was really pleased to get this one. I got it for a song. It's like 34, 35 bucks. Then it's got to be from the 30s, and I love that it's an apple/pot. Absolutely gorgeous pipe. I don't mind the dings whatsoever. I'm starting to build my collection in a different way. Something I found out today, which I hadn't known until today, is that older super grain kaywoodies said super grain above kaywoodie. And they stopped doing the 4-digit number system in the 30s, like 38. And I always thought that this was a newer pipe. No, this is a four number deal with a letter on the end. 7723G. Has drinkless on the stinger, and so this one was right before they quit doing 4 numbers. Right before, probably the late 30s, early 40s. Probably right before we got in the war. And then the other one, my old Canadian, the trusty old Canadian. First of all, it says super grain above kaywoodie. Second off, same thing, 4 numbers with an S. It's 5173, and I believe the 70s, the low 70s, are Canadians. So I'm thinking that this right here is just like that other pipe, that this is from the late 30s, even though it has a newer looking, and it also says drinkless. So to my mind, these came from kaywoodie at the same time. You know, right at the same time, right before they got rid of the 4 number system, but right after they stopped putting the registration number on the Stinger. So I'm pretty psyched about that. I didn't realize that I had, you know, like I didn't realize that those were even more special than than originally had thought. I didn't realize that they were even more special. This one also has the 4-number system. Oh God, and this one is just, it smokes so wonderfully. And it's better than Bird's Eye. I see like a scorpion in there, a really seductive almond eye in there of a human, I would say. But I also found out that flame grains have never had 4 numbers. Never. They've always had 2 numbers. And the ones that say flame grain, I believe they say flame grain over kaywoodie as well, are the valued ones. Which this is one that says flame grain over kaywoodie. And you know, it's a 2-number system, so this very well could be another one of those older ones. Yeah, it says drinkless, so you know, this one is also from the same era as those. You know, it's just weird to start finding out. And this one says super grain above kaywoodie. It's really weird to find out that, you know, I was purchasing really well-made briar before I even really knew. I mean, I knew what I was doing, but now I feel like I lost that auction and then learned some really good things that I needed to learn about kaywoodie. And honestly, I'm glad that I'm not on the hook for, you know, $700. Piss on that guy. I'm glad he had to pay that. You know, I figured, you know something? If this guy wants this pipe that bad, he's going to pay every single penny that I'm willing to pay. Last time I let him get off on $300. To hell with that. That thing was in mint. I mean, a brand new pipe in that shape would be considered hardly smoked. So it was just, oh man, it was a square kick in the nuts. And then come to find out, the package that I spent $60 to send to Steve the Piper went through customs in Miami. It is being sent to my house, back to my house. Went through customs, finished customs, and now is being sent to my house. And I know for a fact that I didn't put myself down as the recipient. So it's just something I'm going to have to sort out with the Postal Service. And God, it's, you know, that's like the DMV. I mean, Jesus. I mean, I just pray to God they have mercy on me. I've got all the receipt and everything. Really chaps me good. But I'm smoking some Our Best blend out of this guy. And honestly, this really is probably one of the best pipes I've ever seen. I mean, it's up there with any other pipe I own, and honestly, I'm thinking it's looks-wise, I don't know if I have a better looking pipe, because like to get a Dunhill, a smooth Dunhill or something, I mean, it would be ridiculously outrageous. know, I just like think it's so funny that a pipe shop called Smoker's Haven comes out, or they have a recipe called Our Best Blend, and then they send it away for a English blender to blend. Like, what a kick in the nuts to the English. Yeah, it's our best blend, but you guys don't get to try any. You get to make it, but you don't get to try it. I mean, it just seems kind of ridiculous how they're making specific blends for specific markets. And England almost never gets specific blends for their market. They get Germain's, you know, their general selection of blends, and everybody else gets a bunch of other recipes that are, you know, fantastic, like Kingfisher or Pelican, Crumble Cake. Our Best Blend, you know, I mean, it just seems kind of a raw deal in my mind. That they should, you know, be so gypped out of it. Another thing I found out was these Ambera, these rock Ambera stems, like I've got here on my meerschaum, that have the black circle with the white clover. Come to find out, these are extremely rare. They only came on, let me see, the flame grain meerschaum, and I guess the regular flame grains and the meerschaums. I guess those are the only two they came on with that particular stem with that logo. And see, this is an old flame grain because it's got the old school stinger, and you know, and it's got the really old school stinger where it says, you know, has a registration number on it. Super old. It's flat on the bottom, and it only has a two number system. So this is before they even started doing the 3-number or the 4-number system, I would say. This is an extremely old flame grain meerschaum. Which, you know, it's just really cool to find out that, you know, some of these ones that I've gone for are better than I realized when I bought them. Like, you know, not realizing that, you know, that some of these super grains that I've bought over the years were actually of high caliber. They're actually not poorly made super grains. They're well made super grains. You know, they have the super grain above Kaywoodie. This one too. And this is a small pot. It's got a super grain above Kaywoodie. Now it doesn't have drinkless on the stem, but what it was saying was that the newer the super grain, or at some point they started putting super grain underneath Kaywoodie, and that it having super grain above Kaywoodie denotes that it was an earlier model, maybe not a pre-war model, but just an earlier model and a better model. You know, that they got better briar at that point. They were getting better briar. So, you know, I just kind of stoked about that you know, some of these pipes that I have are actually better than what I thought they were originally. You know, put it like that, better than what I thought they were. the Signet, another one that's better than I, well, it's not better than I thought, but it come out a little bit later than I realized, but it's still. I think it come out right after World War, or right before World War II, or maybe right after in the 40s. But it's another one of those. I've got this thing. I've started getting this thing about bent kaywoodies and how hard they are to find, actually, and getting them. Which I won several auctions this weekend. I ordered a kaywoodie, 4-digit super grain, so it's a 1930 super grain, so it should be good. I am a little chapped about losing that RockyBriar, but you know what? I don't need to be spending $700 on a pipe. Honestly, he can have it, and I'm glad he has it. He can pay every penny of that. I'm sure he probably put 1,000 on there, you know. Whoever he is, he's got super deep pockets, deeper pockets than I've got, so I may as well just, you know, hit him in his pockets. That's all you can do. That's all you can do, you know, is swing away at the pockets. And then also the carburetor I have, I dated that more specifically. That was made between 37 and 38. It was one of those 2 years. Those are the only 2 years that they had aged Briar and the carburetor on them at the same time. So I thought that was pretty cool. A few pipes I've gotten dumb luck on and just ended up with a better pipe than I realized I was getting. And now that I'm starting to learn more about them, I'm starting to find value in them I hadn't found before. Starting to take another look at them. Because I am going to start winnowing down, you know, culling the herd. So honestly, I'll probably end up going through them and finding the ones that, you know, I'm thinking of that I can part with, and you know, if any of them strike you guys, just let me know. You know what I mean? I'm not looking to make a ton of money on them. I'm just looking to really just pare down what I've got. And I know some of you guys have, especially in Europe, have a tough time getting them. And you know, any help, or I don't want to say any help, but you know, if any of them strike you, you know, I would rather let you guys get some of my pipes than other people. Another one I was taking a look at and noticed my this relief grain I've got here. Now that doesn't have 4 numbers, but it says made in England. That's the only one I've ever seen that was made in England. And I've got a few pipes that I've noticed over a period of time that will have, say, an H or an M. And I was looking up online and found that, like, if a pipe has an X on it, that it means that it was, the bowl was replaced by kaywoodie. You know, and that kind of surprises me that kaywoodie would replace a bowl, and then they would put an X on it to denote, or an X or an, because I've seen an H on my pipes before. I've noticed an H. I don't know which one it is, but I've seen one that had an H on it somewhere, or had a letter somewheres on it. I think it's one of these thorns, or one of these RockyBriars. One of these. Maybe could be this other Algerian briar. Suntan. It's so funny that they went to make this one a carburetor, and then backed out of it, and then used pipe putty to fill it in. It just seems kind of like a shame to me. Let's see where. I know that I've seen. I just seen it recently, where it had an H. It had an H on the side out of nowhere. Maybe it's this one. Yeah, here we go. H-I. Now, what is that? You know, why does that say H-I next to the KBB? Right next to the KBB. See the indentations there? Why? Right there. You know, I'm like questioning what was it? What was it? What made them do that? H1 or HI? I mean, there's no mistaking that. I mean, I guess that could be an M, but to me that's most definitely an H to my mind. HI. Anyway, I just learned a few things today, and a few things that kind of took the edge off of getting licked in that little bout with that guy. Which I think, you know, honestly, if you've got pockets like that, what in the hell are you doing on eBay? Why are you not going to real auctions? You know, why aren't you buying mint pipes from real auctions? Why are you buying, you know, whatever pops up on eBay? I feel like eBay is the poor man's auction. I could be wrong. But I am so psyched to find out that these two are pre-war, especially this one. I can't even believe that this is pre-war. Honestly, that blows my mind. And almost all the super grains I have are have the super grain above kaywoodie. This one here is just a drinkless, but you know, still pre-war. Still pre-war with the old school stinger. This one I'll have to restore. This one is in such good shape. Whoever owned this took such magnificent shape of it. It needs to be redone and sold for what it is, because I think these panel billiards are rather rare from that era. And you can tell it's not subpar briar. None of it is. None of these are. You know, I'm actually okay with losing that auction, because there's some others going that I've got my eye on, and that would have just put the kibosh on those. So I'm glad that, you know, it left other avenues open to me. You know, I'll get several other better pipes. Maybe not better pipes by themselves, but better pipes, you know, combined. And enjoy those, smoke those. And like I said, I'm getting sort of an eye for it now, and I'm trying to, like I said, cull the herd. See if we can cull the herd, break it down to a smaller number. Because I don't need to have 50 kaywoodies. I really don't. You know. And that new super grain I ordered, it's actually a bulldog. It's a bulldog, and it's got 4 numbers. So it's an old school pre-war bulldog. But anyway, guys, I'm just kind of running a little bit long. I'll catch you guys on the flip side. Until next time, that pipe guy, that kaywoodie guy, I may change it to that kaywoodie guy. Over and out. I'll catch y'all on the flip side.